My bad. The when clause has two. It takes in two arguments, right? The method actually takes in two arguments. I like to do like this. I like to delete the two arguments, or rather, I like to cut them. Really? Again? Why am I having so much difficulty? Okay, okay. All right, the when clause takes in two arguments, the learners and the number of hours to teach. So what I like to do if I only have one method, right? Because we've already spoke about how just having one can cause issues later because it's hard. You could hard code values to get around it. So I like to take those two arguments, the learners, the number of hours to teach each learner, and I like to cut them out of the equation altogether. Then I like to ask it to create the parameter, refactor, create the parameter, refactor, duplicate this line, close this method, name this one, I guess, delete the arguments, paste, call the method. And now we can test it with different sets of these two arguments. For example, if we do like this, which it might not seem like much right now, but later on when we have multiple implementations of student, do we have multiple implementations of student? I don't remember how the actual assignment works. But if we were to have multiple implementations of learner, then we would be able to test it respectively. We'd be able to test this against students and against the other learner subclass elegantly so that we didn't have to rewrite all this crap. Was that a lot? Was it whack? Yeah. I'm trying to get to this point where I talk about class per method testing and then wrap it to prompt engineering, back to an original question that Castro asked. So what I'll do is I'll undo real quick because it's actually really, we didn't go very far. I was saying that in the when clause there's two arguments. In the when clause there's two arguments, right? If you want, here, I'm fine by this. In the when clause there's two arguments. Right. And I like to just cut them out entirely. So cut. And then I like to add them as parameters. Add as parameter, refactor. I like to add it as a parameter, refactor. Okay. Now that this method takes an argument of those two things, I could duplicate that signature. I could remove the arguments. I can close the method, paste, and say test lecture learners number of hours to teach. I could test my students. Whoops. I could test my other learner if I had another implementation of learner. Yeah. Yeah, it's just getting a random number between 0 and 10. Why is it a thread? Why thread local random? A random number generator. Okay, it's an isolated random number generator. Nah, I literally just used it, leveraged it for the random, which is what I guess that's the only thing it's there for. Thread local random is isolated thread. Is a random number generator to the current thread. Yeah, like the random number generator used in math class. Okay, blah 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 blah. Yep. But anyway, and that's a good point though. That's a really good point because what I should do is I should just be like this, like that, like that. Can I do that? Yeah, like that. And this is like max. Is this too much? I don't know. Feels right to me. I wouldn't do like that part. I would do like this part now. Maybe like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. At this point, might as well just be like that. That. I don't know, but it kind of just looks better this way, I think. Give me some feedback. Okay, but okay, forget everything else. My main concern is, do you understand this the purpose of these two methods, or these three methods rather? Test lecture of learner, of the other learner, test lecture of student. Okay, good. Because this could grow to n number of implementations for learner. Okay, we really don't know how many more implementations of learner are coming. I'm speaking very abstractly, and I'm thinking in my head about all the code that I'm referencing from like work at the same time. So I hope that makes sense. I would then make this a test lecture, or sorry, a class per method means test lecture. Yeah, it's just the lecture test, but it would be inside of the who's testing? Who are we testing against? The instructor. Yes, correct. Instructor dot test lecture. We then cut and paste. And now this one class is dedicated specifically to the test lecture method within the instructor package. We could then go in here. Oh, go ahead. Yes. Yes, and then I like to isolate all of the testing logic at the bottom, and then just the points of variance, the variables, the things that actually vary between these things. I put it right here at the top, which means that this could be like, if you want it to look a little bit different, if you guys like more visual, we could be like, this one's like, oh, this guy's max value, and this guy's, yeah, max value -1. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm so not creative. What the fuck? Good. I'm really glad to hear that. Okay. So you guys get this, right? So anyway, now we got the CPM out, the class per method test. Uh long ago, back in 2023 when ChatGPT first came out, I was hype about it coming out because I was thinking about how I don't have to do this anymore. It'll just automatically do it. Now, at that time, it took a lot of work to try to get it to understand what it meant, but I'm hopefully going to be able to find that conversation for you now. Hold on. Give me 1 second, almost there. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold up. This one is taking a minute to even pull up. Okay. So I was able to get it to understand all this just through like really like took me a lot of examples to try to get it. But then afterwards, I told it to I told it that I wanted it to be called a CPM test. Then later on, CPM test became too long for me, and it became CPMT. And then after it became CPMT, it was like I wanted to have different number of tests for different tests. And it was CPMT 5. And then I was like, I don't even feel like writing everything else out. I'm just gonna be like CPM 5 and name of class. And I guess my point is that because Castro was saying, the prompting is kind of just like an aggregation of Google searches and just reaching and giving you the information back. But I want to just say, I feel like there's especially now with the custom chat GPTs, there is just a different side to it with the way that you can cleverly trick the LLM to do things in a certain way or get it to come out with a certain structure by prompting it in a very specific way. And damn, man, I wish I had better examples. But see, this is why I don't teach prompt engineering quite yet, because I feel good about doing it. I don't feel too good about actually articulating much about it right now. I feel like it's true. I've found that if I just go back to my roots, the way that I used to speak to students, for example, if I go to Curriculeon, the Learner Lab, right? This stuff is written on my personal account 6 years ago, realistically written close to now 8 years ago. But the actual instructions itself is pretty much identical. There hasn't been almost any change to much of anything, whether it's the word has or the word is, right? Very, very specific. Whether it's a class named instructor or a class named instructors, whether it's the word implement or whether it's the word extends, whether it's the word composite or whether it's the word inherit, whether it's the word reference or whether it's the word initialize or instantiate. Everything in there is very, very specific. What I found is that when I gave ChatGPT this assignment, it was able to generate this exactly. And yes, it was able to not the UML, the actual application. I watched it generate the entire application. Yeah, you can give it the README itself, and it will generate the application exactly as intended through this video that you can see that I go through. Now this application, I feel like it's pretty big. So I will say there's not things like these null checks because I didn't even think about that. That while kind of threw in there, and you guys threw in there too. I think I don't know if it was Weil or I don't know who it was, but these null checks, I do not remember seeing it. Word, I do not remember seeing chat throw these things in these solutions when I asked it to do this assignment. So I will definitely admit that that human touch is still here and better. But I was just impressed at the fact that it was able to get the entire assignment done to a T, because it's like you said, it was just like you just have to be extremely nuanced with the language. Uh, Parameterize the people's signature to enforce that it is a container for objects of type E, such that E is a subclass of person, right? Like, so precise that there's absolutely no ambiguity, and then it will generate for you exactly what it is that you'd like. But I'm still not good at describing how to get better at prompting, I think. Not yet. Hmm. Yeah, actually. I mean, that's a way better way to use commenting, actually. It took me a minute to understand that, but that's a way better way to use commenting. Way better. Because if you do it that way, okay, so what he's saying, my take on what you just said is that, could you repeat what you said first, and then let's write it out and let's display it? No, but it worked. You said the code should explain the comment to the compiler. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, but what he's saying, but I think that that's what I was gonna say. I just wanted to write out what he said, that way I could like speak on it, because I think that what I understand he's saying is your comments should not explain your code to developers, but rather the code should explain the comment to the compiler. To me, what that means is this, right? The comment is being explained is be the code is explaining the comment to the compiler, because okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also true. Also true. What I was thinking was that if the code explains the comment to the compiler, it means that the compiler has the code at some point. And I was thinking, well, why would I ever care about when the compiler has the code? Then I thought to myself, well, I read the code from the decompiler all the time. And I thought to myself, if the decompiler, if the code comes back decompiled and it's like fucking crazy, it's got all this shit going on, and it's just not that it looks like this, but I'm saying it's obviously like this, but you guys get what I'm saying, like, and there's like a bunch of if and var and all this other shit that's in here. If it's looking like that, and then like we assume that there's like some comment that you could see above that respective line where this shit just gets out of hand, crazy, decompiled code, it makes you think like maybe whatever was happening on the source end of this code, because this code is just target code at this point, maybe whatever's happening on the source code should have been like a very small one line. But now I'm thinking I'm overthinking. So I'm gonna just shut up and I'm gonna have to concede to what Castro says ultimately, because it is definitely the source of truth that we know to be true over time. The code should explain itself. It should be pretty self-explaining. But I still like this thought, and I'm gonna have to ask chat to explain to me what this even means, because like, what does that mean? Nah, I don't believe it. Prove it. Okay, I will watch. Say now, where do I go? Gemini.google.com. In what way? Nobody does what I ask it to do. Say nah. Hmm. Okay. All right. I don't have any issues right. I don't have any issues that I'm stuck on right now, but that's good. That's good to know because eventually I'm gonna get stuck on something. I think the basic credit is too simple though. I'm just not. I'm literally experimenting with Gemini for my very first time. So somebody else. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of got to fit it in there like a like this. But here's my thing. Like, let me see something real quick, cause I want to start trying it. Let's try cursor real quick, cause I'm gonna ask cursor to do this also. Right now, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with Gemini though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it actually has the null check. Look, bro. It actually has the null checks in there that we were just talking about. Saying I just said that chat didn't have this, and it does have it here. I also am actually quite impressed by the fact that its toString method is strictly leveraging the other getter methods as opposed to referencing them as instance variables, which most people do almost all the time. It's making a really active decision to not do that because I noticed it did the same thing up here, but I did notice that it failed to do it right here. So that's 1 point against it so far. I'm just reading through the assignment though. And this isn't too I don't think its reason is justifiable. There's no justifiable reason. This toString is okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it doesn't even have a justification. Yeah, it's a minor stylistic inconsistency that doesn't affect the output or the functionality in this simple case. It's true. I just prefer why it would be. Oh, look, and it says why it would be better. Yeah, okay. Consistency, encapsulation principle, maintainability. I'm glad that it does know that. That pleases me. I'm not gonna lie. That because like if I was grading a student on it, I would give them the exact same response. Be like, and if they gave me this, like, what could I say? I'm like, yeah, like exactly. And this is exactly what I want you to know as a result of that. Well, fuck you then, Gemini. It's like, nah. Well done. Thank you for bringing that up. That's I'm pretty impressed by it so far. Let me see what else it's got going on. It wow. It's got test implementation and test inheritance. Yo, it has to know about. Hold up. Where is this lab coming from? Where is the source of this lab coming from? I gotta know. Does it know? Like, yeah, because this is a little bit eerie. The fact that it has. Oh wait, did I ask it to implement test implementation? I might have. Yeah, it knows. Yeah. Yeah. No wonder it's so good, motherfucker. Yeah. Let me see. Mm. Ah, okay. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Pulled up my YouTube video. The fuck? From zip code Wilmington. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay. Wow. We're cooked. Okay. Oh fuck. Yo, this is whack. Cause chat. Whenever I try chat's like, nah, I'm not gonna give you that information. Anytime I ask it about me or those types of things, it's crazy. Yeah, man, that shit's all up in our business. Closing this right now. Fuck. Anyway. You think so? What, cursor? Okay. Let me see something. How do I do this? Help me out, Castro. Where am I going? We're just gonna do Learner Lab. We're doing Learner Lab. We did Learner Lab in chat. Huh? Nah, we can't. Wait, can I clone it? Let me think. Yeah, no, not about can I. I know that I can clone it from there. I'm asking, is that the way the assignment goes? It is. Hold on real quick. You're right. The lab goes like I just put this in here, ask it, clone it, right? Like this. Clone from GitHub. What, what are you talking about? There's a clone right there. This one? Okay, let me cancel that. Okay. No, it's VS Fork. It's VS Code Fork. No, it's a fork of it, not bullshit. It's a meaning it's everything. Oh, y'all can't be looking. Get out of here. It is VS Code. It's VS Code plus more. It's a VS Code decorator. A decorator of VS Code. Oh, I was talking to YL because YL was saying it's bootleg VS Code, but it's not bootleg. It's more than VS Code. It's It's a VS Code plus which one call it. Hold on real quick because I'm getting distracted. I don't really do this stuff from the. I don't like click on stuff to clone usually, but I want to follow the flow properly. Where is it sent to? Where does it send the freaking code? It's supposed to, I think. This is too much though. Oh, what the hell? It's popping up the code on my screen right now. Let me stop streaming for a second, bro. This is. I mean, I'm also streaming on other sources, bro. Like, I'm cooked. I'm done. Yeah, yeah. It would still. Yeah, they still have to have it confirmed on my phone and all that, and it's not that deep, really. I know. But I was getting nervous that it was something was gonna what you call it. You guys can see my screen starting now, right? Okay. Select as repository destination here. Cloning. Let's see how it handles the fact that another repository might be here with that same name. Dang. Oh, it's because the videos. I keep forgetting I have videos embedded in the damn repo. So it takes forever. Open the cloned repository. Okay. Now, what would you do? Because I just wanted to get the README. It really needs the legacy README because it's this one's just all the text. Or is it index? We'll give it the index. It's got index MD, and now do it, right? Right? There you go. See? Word. Nice. Let's see the test. I mean, I feel like maybe my instructions are too explicit. I need to watch it do something. Oh, what's happening? Ah, yeah, true. Damn, that's nice. I see what you're saying, Castro. It made a mistake and fixed it on the fly. That's fire. Yeah. And I'm good at it too. Look at me. It's like But in this case, you don't need to copy and paste. But that's what YL is saying is that like you say it's not as easy as just the copy and paste. Here, you don't even do a copy and paste. Look, I don't even run the code. It's running the code for me on the fly. It's just compiling it. Look at that. That I plus plus. Yeah. Something about it is throwing Wild off. He's not fucking with it. He's like, mm. What's going on? Why it stop? Oh, it's getting stuck. It's stuck on something. The field people student. Huh? No, we default stop agent after 25 tool calls. Oh, you can resume. I thought it was thinking right here. Okay, word. Okay. Okay. I'll do that in a second. So you're saying I should come down to. Hold up. How is this structured? What the fuck is this? Bro, what is this? Why did it build a sibling directory when I provided it a whole directory right here? Let me see what does the POM say, because now that's got me messed up. Even the POM indicates that it should not reside in this directory. I will say that I'm a little disappointed in. Like, cause for real, if a student gave me this, I'd be mad. I'd be like, why? I would not like mad, but like I don't know. I'd be a little upset. I'm like, why would you do that? I would just ask, like, why would you do that? Like, why would you create a whole nother package that doesn't even match the name from the POM? You just made up a name. Org Leon Learner Lab. But otherwise, everything else is going good. Let me see what else is happening now. Heck yeah, accept all. I'm fucking with all this so far. But Wild did point out he had a good point. He said in the was it learner, the student, was it the instructor? I'll bet it was in the yo. Where was that code at? The I plus plus. Let me see. Can I control F for a I plus plus? I can control shift F for a I plus plus. There we are. It's in the classroom. Yeah. What is this about? What is happening? Bro, it's literally creating. Oh. It created an array of learners so it could pass it to the lecture method. Has anyone ever did what? Wait, what? I can't hear you. You keep going in and out. Yeah. Yeah, this is actually this is saying this. It's saying like that. Is the same thing or like this. No, the only way that it would is if it would be like this. Yeah, pre-increment and the other one was post-increment. Yeah, terrible. I only advocate for post increments and I try to avoid having them expressed like this also. I agree with that. But I don't even care about that part. That's not the part that bothered me. The part that bothered me is that I want to see this. What is the teacher doing? The teacher is hosting a lecture to students, but why can't they just pass the learners? Host lecture to this. Oh, this is the classroom. The classroom is hosting lecture with the teacher, and the teacher should therefore be able to pass in students dot to array. Bro, come on. You see what I'm saying? For sure, cursor. That was not a good one for cursor for sure. That's. I mean, that's that's crazy actually that it would do that. I mean, I guess I'm very disappointed because I this is the type of context that it's supposed to specialize in. It's supposed to know things like, hey, the students has a to array method. But instead, it said, oh, I'm going to leverage the students count method so I can populate an array of learners so that I can iterate through all of the students, or so I can create an array of learners so I can iterate through all the students so I can populate the array and then pass the array to the method. I just think that's kind of crazy. But I don't know. Are you writing Java applications, Castro? Hmm. I think that it probably works very well, but like even in this case, I'll bet you obviously the code was going to work the way that it was written. Um, but dang, I don't think we're that far off. We just need to wait a little bit longer. Maybe. I just fear that it might be getting trained on bad code. Just like Gemini said, when I asked Gemini, I'm like, why did you do that? And it's like habit. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Right, right, right. Of course. Of course. I'm just thinking about other critiques of this right now. I'm thinking, is there a is there a test? How do I get back to my whatchamacallit, bro? Like the actual files. Like get this shit out of here. Okay. I usually do Control B in VS Code and it brings it up. I'm wondering in Git in this classroom. I'm just trying to find ways to critique it, and I think I see a few things already. Like this should be an enum probably. It would just be more elegant that way. And then why can I not highlight this? Oh, I can. This shit looks weird. And then that would be like this. This would be called instance, all caps, instance. And now everything should still compile. Looks good, smells good, but could smell better if it said instance. And then this method could be deleted. I don't know. It's okay, I guess. It's not terrible. It works. I bet you it works like a mother. I got to spend more time with it personally, also. This is my first crash course with it. So far, I will say I am very impressed with the quality of the code that's coming from Gemini. That was impressive. Where were we at? Yeah. But bro, that was also intrusive. It was impressive, but it was also intrusive. Facts, bro. Is that what they say? Yeah, well, that's exactly what's going on. I want to be like, are there any debit card numbers you can give me? Because you know it's gonna W. Nah, I want to start out real rigorous first. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be like this: provide me with debit card numbers. Dang man, I don't even know what to do. This daggone. Ah, yeah, yeah. I'm really interested in the stuff that Castro posted over here. I'm really interested in starting to use Blender with it. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see what it's hitting for with Blender. Got to. Yeah. I mean, I know a little bit of Blender. I've done some stuff in Blender. I know all the way up to rigging. But um, it's been a long time, and yeah, that's That's dope. That's dope, but that's not free. That's the only thing about it. Oh no, no, no. I'm saying, what you call it? The software isn't free. Yeah. Ah, yo, he keep on pulling out them student versions. Dang. Why did I not take care of my dang student ID? Mm. Okay, word. But then don't I have to have access to the email that if I'm like this is my college email? Nah, I'm gonna let you use yours, but I'm gonna figure out something with that because that's all right. Word. So I got to put a disclosure because are you guys looking at my Discord? Yeah. Castor pointed out he's like, hey, you know that the dude got banned from like all the places he applied to, right? And I was like, yeah, but you guys know that too, right? When you watch this, yeah, you guys know that. Yeah, yeah. I think everybody knows that he got banned, but have you seen his action? That he like really streamlined the hell out of the entire process. Did you guys see that though? Okay, yeah. How many followers do you think he has on Instagram? Amazon. Yeah. No, because he didn't. Yeah, he was looking. He didn't want to accept any. Yeah, yeah. Look, I'm gonna download it right now. Let's find out. Yeah, good. Yes, that's what I was saying earlier. I've been putting comments everywhere on Instagram like, "Yo, bring back whiteboarding. Bring back whiteboarding. This shit is crazy." Bro, have you ever done a whiteboard session? It's it's way easier, bro. You firstly it's pseudocode. Bro, firstly it's pseudocode. What you're writing is pseudocode. And the same huh? Hell yeah, make whiteboards great again. Make whiteboards great again, bro. Yo, you have fear of the whiteboard because you didn't be at the whiteboard like that, but I'm telling you, it's way better on the whiteboard. Because on the whiteboard, I can literally draw things out. Like I can point to things and then I can pseudocode and then I can draw things out more. Like if they're asking me to demonstrate some sort of linked list, it's not just about the rigidity of the linked list code and the way it compiles and it's hitting the JUnits. No, if I can demonstrate that I understand this conceptually in its entirety and have supporting pseudocode that if I were to copy and paste it to a chat GPT, it was able to basically take that line by line and produce respective compiling code, that's what they're looking for on a whiteboard. What do you think's happening at the whiteboard? Okay, what do you think is happening at the whiteboard? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Bro, listen, if so here's the thing though. If you don't have it perfect, like you said, if you don't have it perfect, let me say it again. Like you said to me last week when you were in that interview, if you don't have it perfect, you're not getting it. That's the age that we live in when it comes to the virtual shit. When it comes to a whiteboard interview, bro, perfection goes out the window. They don't even ask you for compiling code. It becomes conversational, flexible, and fluid. Conversational is probably the biggest key component, though. This shit, you don't even get in front of the people until you get perfection. That's the age that we live in today. And even after getting perfection, you can ask Dean, you can ask Andrew, even after getting perfection, you still might not get an opportunity because other people have rigged the system so that they can get perfect scores as well. So that type of competitive level is outrageous. It's so outrageous that this motherfucker streamlined it with an application for Mac and Windows and then intentionally did not go through with any of the offers that he accepted to fuck with LeetCode and all that non-whiteboard shit, bro. I'm done with it. Like, I recently took an interview with Capital One as a lead software engineer, principal software engineer, and I really wanted to get it, bro. I went in there I went in there completely raw, didn't do any additional studying because I don't have time like that. I'm an adult with too much stuff going on. I got a son, you know what I mean? Like, it's just too much stuff going on. So I went in there raw, no studying. I got past the first question. The second question, I got halfway through, meaning that half of the J units were passing. I found out from the person that sent me the interview. They found me on LinkedIn and they were like, "Hey, we want you to take the test." Blah, blah, blah. I found out I only needed to get two correct. While I only needed to get two correct for me to move on to my in-person interview where they would actually talk to me. At which point, I know damn well I would have schooled everybody on how Java code is supposed to be written or whatever the else they needed me to know about being a principal Java engineer. You know what I mean? But because I was in this systemic world we live in where point 0.5 ain't good enough, I'm at 1.5 and I needed to be at 2. If I were to do those exact same problems, bro, on a whiteboard, I would have definitely got it because literally I wrote it in their online IDE without clicking out of it. So I know that I could have raw dogged against a whiteboard and got that exact same situation in that situation for me, right? I'm saying So I'm saying like that's literally a situation where if it was an in-person situation, I would have gotten through. But because we live in this world where it's like you have to have absolute perfection, they're like, nah, bro, you did 1.5 questions. Yeah, we're gonna move on to the next candidate who maybe got the two. And then in that case, who got the two, bro? Was it somebody that legit got the two, or somebody that had some other screen up? Because I really did raw dog it. Also true. Also true. I can't even remember. I have it up somewhere. I posted it somewhere, but I don't even know. Yeah, it was basically leak code question. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's all leak code. You know, leak code, hacker rank, code wars. Everybody has J units built in behind the scenes, so that when you run it, you have to pass the J units. That's why it's so important to know about how things work at the JUnit level so that when you look at this method, you can conceive of how it can go wrong in the test cases. The second one only passed half the tests. I really have to let me see real quick. I really don't even know what I would have named it as. I know I pushed it because that's just my nature, but I honestly I don't know if it's under Get Leon, maybe. Are you serious? Or are you joking? How am I gonna look at my commit history, bro? Wait. Yeah, I don't know what the repo is. I don't even remember when I think it was at the beginning of the year or maybe the end of last year. But yeah, that's it's not like super recent. No, that's why. Yeah, if I would have just taken it, bro, I would have been pulled the code up. But like, it was like literally like maybe in December or January. This one has one repository. This one's got 19 repos. These are no, no. This was a minute ago. Yeah. If I could find it, I'm gonna definitely pull it up. You know, so I'm definitely planning on pulling it, running it back, bro. But this time I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to cheat my way through because I know and I'm not gonna cheat like I'm gonna copy paste the answers type shit. But I'm going to if I get down to the point again where I'm at 1.5 and I need another zero point 0.5, I'm not even going to care about the fact that it says don't click off the screen. I'm going to click off the screen and just literally get that extra zero point 0.5 just to get pushed through the system, possibly. I don't know. You know what I mean? Or just use a VM, yeah. VM or just take a picture of it with my phone. Yep. Yeah, it's true. Because the thing is, well, I'm not gonna lie. Look, so Dean, Andrew, and a whole bunch of his other classmates, they all been going through this Etsy shit every year. We all prep as a group. We try to get everybody into as many people into Etsy every year. And one year, I remember it was Andrew, Nastya, Dean, Andre, yeah, y'all all applied, and I remember y'all's questions. Andrew and Nastya got very expected questions, like to me, like that's okay. These are questions that you should ask somebody trying to get um, into Etsy, and I was like, cool. Then Dre, his questions were really really easy. He got very very easy questions, and then Dean's questions were fucking crazy. Crazy, bro. I was like, damn, they gave you those? He was like, yeah. And Dean ended up getting, I think, like a 98% on his set of questions or something like that. While Andrew and Nastya got 100 and Dre, unfortunately, I think didn't get any of them. But what happened was that Dean, I don't think, got any response at all, and neither did Andrew, and neither did Nastya. But you see, yeah, but like at that point, bro, if it's gonna be random, you better be perfect, and if you're gonna be perfect, you better not leave it up to chance. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like the thing is, we really don't know the way the algorithms are built, so you would expect yourself to. What are you saying? I guess maybe are you saying that maybe the scores don't matter and you should just try to just get a score, just get more than zero? Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what it seems like. Mm. Hmm. Yeah, it's definitely tough, man. And my job used to be a lot easier. I used to be able to get people into this industry like click, 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 click. And now it has been not as easy for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just know, like I always say, this channel, this Discord server got talent, and I need to figure out a way to monetize, not for like me, because I have a way to monetize this, but like to redistribute back to you guys who don't have jobs but have the skills right now. How do you get good at that? Yep. Exactly. You just got to get your reps in. That's what I tell everybody. For DS and Algo, there's not a lot that I can do. Like other than if you guys want to bring me leak code problems and then we just work through it, which I don't mind doing that. But there's going to be a lot of areas in the leak code problems where we see a problem space that we'll never see again other than in leak code. For example, bitwise operation. The fuck? Where would it? Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Maybe we should spend maybe Monday on Oop, maybe Tuesday on DS Algo. Yeah. Yep. Mhm. Yeah. True. True. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Okay. Yeah, those things are noted. I'm thinking I gotta focus more on trees for these folk because we don't focus much on trees in here. But to focus on trees, we need to focus on your favorite algorithm. I mean, your favorite data structure. While the linked list. Yeah, you said you hate them, right? I know. But I'm just saying. I know, but I'm just saying. In order for me to talk about trees, I have to talk about linked lists. Yeah, it's kind of. Dex. Yeah. Nah, gotta do it the iterative way. I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing. Yeah. So I always say recursion offers elegance in its expression, and iteration offers performance and memory. Yeah. 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 That's why I say the recursion is elegance and expression. You can easily remember that, and that's how it is. Like just usually, think about it. Fibonacci or like just recursion offers that elegance, but the iteration offers that memory. Yeah. Who does that? That's a better test, I think. That's the testing that they should be doing. But oh, oh okay. Yes, you should. Design a parking lot. Oh, okay. Word, yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Definitely. That definitely, because that's like some linked list shit right there. Okay, so then how would you know if there's a vehicle parked next to you? To your left or to your right? No. No, I would make it at least a single array of linked lists. Each linked list would represent a single row of vehicles, and the vehicles on the head and tail would point to null for their left and right respectively. Then there would be another row, and there'd be another row that's right next to it, like, not like right next to it, but you know how there's like two Johns, you know what I mean? Like there'd be an array of two linked lists, and then I would make perhaps multiple of those, but not necessarily an array, because now I'm already thinking if it's two linked lists, that right there needs to be encapsulated in a separate object. That would be a parking double parking row, something like that. You know what I mean? And then I would use multiple of those. There'd also probably need to be some space that I would have to account for to allow people to back out so that these things aren't directly adjacent to each other. I'm not really sure how I would handle that, but I think that I would probably just use the exact same formula. So I'd then duplicate the exact same parking lot thing, but then make sure that no vehicles could actually be inside of it. So I have a double linked list thingy, and then I duplicate that double linked list basically, but then that double linked list would have no vehicles in it, and that would represent the empty space. I don't know. I just try to reuse the objects in that way, but I'd also have to see what the problem is asking. How many elements would be in each hash map? Because you say an array of hash maps, meaning there's multiple hash maps. So I'm curious to know how many elements are inside of each hash map. Word. Hmm. You don't need. You say you don't need to know tries. Tries. What does that mean? I like what? Oh, like threes, like three. Okay. Oh. No, they said to design a parking lot. So right now, I have envisioned I envision it with actually I envision one more thing. They're looking for your design skills here. So they want to know what classes would you create. So here, this I would make a base. I'm not sure what to call this yet. Double parking row is the best name I've got so far. Or I don't know. What do you think we should call that thing? Nah, no, 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 no. My parking lot would not look like this. I'm gonna just show you what I expect what the parking lot to look like for me personally. If I were to give this assignment, I would expect the parking lot at a minimum to look like something like this, and then maybe one more that somehow like this, plus one more like this. That's what I'd be wanting somebody to show me that they could build. A what? Hold up. Like, just assume that these are adjacent though. Like, you guys get what I'm like. I'm not. These are obviously not perfectly squares. So, like, and I like these two, huh? Yeah, word. I was running the same thing. I was like, does look suspect. I just I think that it would actually be even better object reuse if I were to place it like this. Yeah, and then if there was some way that we could have it be accommodated like this, maybe. This is space you can drive through. Why can't? Well, firstly, why can't? Hold up. Oh, okay, hold up. Why can't each what? Say it again. I think I got it. I think I got it. I'm looking at it. I think I got it. Hold up. So what we have is we have cells. Hold on. Oh, okay. Why is it not coming out the right color? Come on now. There we go. We have, but first we got to think about the objects, not the data structures. We have parking cells. I was kind of like jumping to a conclusion, but now I'm trying to break it down further. We'll come to the data structures last, but let's figure out what objects we actually have. We have first I want to say we have cells. We have cells, we have parking cells. We have parking rows. Perfect. Perfect. Then we have perfect. Perfect. So we've already accounted for in our design. Our design is that we have a cell. we have parking cells, we have rows. If a parking cell is a cell specific to a vehicle but limited by size, then a parking cell is an extension of a cell but takes an argument of an integer. The integer would be representative of the size. I would actually go as far as to say that size is an enum that has different sizes to account for it. And I would say that each enumeration consumes some integer representative of the number of cells that it consumes. So it'd be some size of type n. Damn it, why did I hit escape? Shit. Cell, parking cell. What was the other thing I had? Size. I had parking cell and I had a parking row. And we also have a parking matrix. You're right. But I don't. Because I can make a parking matrix from a list of parking rows, and a parking column can be organically derived, but it would be very nice to have that as a structure. So I'm going to leave it. But yeah, the way that it's going to be designed is it's going to be a derivation from the matrix. Whereas the matrix is going to be an aggregation of the row. Does that make sense? Okay. Car, true, of type size. And size has the number of cells, so we don't need to know any more than that. No problem. We don't necessarily need to do anything because a cell can have a status, which meaning that it's occupied or not, which means that if a parking cell is an extension of a cell, it has the ability to have a status, and if a parking row is an aggregation of parking cells, it can refer to the status of each cell to determine which one is and isn't accessible. So we're good on that front. And yeah, so everything else is good. I think, what else we got? Is that it? Because I think this might be it right here. This is what the design that I would go with. And then I would try to figure out which data structures I would leverage for each of these classes behind the scene. That's why I said they want to know what classes you're going to use, right? Because it's an OOP question. Yeah. But now that we have the classes in place, we can just fill them out. What do you think? Is there anything I'm missing? Can we do this? Can y'all do this? Or like, cause I gotta go at 7:30 right now. But do you guys want to do this? I think you guys should do this. I'm. Oh, do you already have the solution too? Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. 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 Yeah, we'll go through it, and I'll put this in. Oh, damn, that did not come out pretty at all. Shit. But you know what? I can do this. Double link list. No, we'll see. It's not going to be a double link list. There's a better way than a double link list as I went through this, I think. A parking row, a single parking row. Well, no, you look exactly. I was about to say we can do a parking row, and because we have the matrix, we can make the number of rows n. You know, if we wanted to have a big space of vacant cells, vacant parking cells, where people could just, we could do that. It could have that flexibility at that point. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. Yeah, we'll talk more about it tomorrow. All right.